snow. That's Mount Hood. And it's chilly up here. This is some of the landscape throughout this area. As I do a full circle. And there's a part of the cables for a ski run. Top of the mountain. It's 11,000 and some feet high. Kids over there playing in the snow with their dog. They had an earthquake here a day or two ago. It was 3.5 on the Richter scale. Right over this spot. If I come up here much later in the winter, I'm going to have chains. For those of y'all who haven't seen it, that's my little car. There's a pretty good snowbank right there. That's my limousine. Notice it's got four-wheel drive, so I can come up here in the wintertime. When Eddie comes in the spring, I'll bring him up here and he can go snow skiing. Notice that this is right here on the edge, and it is a neat little drop-off. This Timberline Lodge up there. Let me shut this off for now. This is Timberline Lodge. Whenever you come up in the spring, Eddie, I'll try and get reservations and bring you up here at least one night. And you can do some snow skiing. This is at the base of Mount Hood. It's a real pretty place. There's snow piled up already.
I know.
Another view.
I mean, it is so pretty.
The things away from here.
We'll have to see what that is. I don't know which one that is.
What's that?
The lake.
That lake?
Yeah.
Because that's Mount Jefferson, right? Straight
There's a
ahead.
lake through there.
The Three Sisters are off to the left behind you.
And then what did you say about the other one, Jackson?
And watch walking through snow here, so I don't fall down. The dogs. And there's the mountain.
Yep, I got it.
Right over through there. Not sure I'm picking it up. This is a great time to have a sled or snowboard.
Sorry.
There's Mount Hood out the window. Looks like winter, doesn't it? You can see the places for ski lift up there. This is inside the ski lodge. Reba, this is a house that's on Cedar, about 3,100 square feet. One I called you about on Wednesday. There's Billy's car. There's Billy. This is looking down the way you come in to this cul-de-sac area. See, there's plenty of trees. This is kind of the end of the cul-de-sac. You can see those large windows I mentioned in front. This house is maybe a tad bit lower than the rest. Drops off a lot going toward the back. Got plenty of trees up behind it. See the fireplace over there. And close in across the front. This is the driveway that goes down toward the back where the garage is on the side. Pretty day to be looking outside at one, isn't it, Billy? And this is kind of the south side of the house. There's the house next to it. Probably would be some if you cleared some of those no good trees out. Reba, the house faces kind of the west-southwest. This is the back of it. Of course, that's a bedroom up there, probably. Dogs, fenced-in backyard. As you can see, there's a lot of trees. I don't know if we can see on down through there. See, back of the fence, down in through there's a corner. We clear these cedars out and trim these other trees up. Let the sun get in toward the back of the house. Hi. You let light in, and it might have some view down across that valley, especially from up above. Do all that, and a deck up there might be a nice thing to have. I don't know if you can pick it up in here. This is the garage. But all that behind that plywood partition is storage area, which would be good. The stairs there to go up. Is that him working up there or somebody else?
That's him.
That's him?
Mm-hmm. That's Mr. Meek.
Yeah. There's something had to be taken care of there. They put this flower garden up next to the wood, and there's some rot in there.
Hi. No, I didn't know. I don't really. It doesn't matter. Wait.
All right.
Sure.
about the only way I can let my wife be a part of the buying process.
Well, I have a feeling she needs to know.
Yeah, if I want to survive.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yes.
Well, you know, we keep having people come by. I tried to tell Larry. I said, Larry, we're not done. You know, we're not ready to really show the place.
Yeah.
And so if everybody understands that, why help yourself.
They do. They do.
Okay.
It's this big front room window. It's a neighbor's house. Looking out this side. Hard to see much of that with that sun where it is. It looks a little better today to me than it did the other day. That's what you have toward the back right of the house. But I would open up some of this back here, get some of these small trees out, let some sunlight in. Lauren told me if you buy a house that's on a hill, buy one with the two-story part facing the south or west, which this does. It faces the southwest. That way it doesn't take so long to get flowers growing. West Canyon View faces the north, and that's not good according to Lauren.
No, we will. We just went outside today. Appreciate getting to do this.
Oh, you're welcome.
7 appointment to get inside.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Well, that's a fancy camera. Oh, that's a video, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I can send this back to her and she can give her opinion in a hurry.
Good.
You know, I'm coming away now with, I think, a more positive opinion than I had when it was nearly dark when we came by the other day.
Couldn't really see good.
Yeah. I could tell someone is taking a look at that rotten area down there. They'd pulled some away.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they can see what it is. And
He said this walkway is new since they've lived here too, so that used to be just bricks in there.
Oh,
like
right in
right
here
in
in
the
front?
see?
yeah.
They put that. He's gonna patch the dryer that's got the where it's got the holes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I thought you'd like to see what Lake Sacagawea area looks like in the fall. That bridge is the Washington Way Bridge where you go from Weyerhaeuser to downtown. It's a community church. Of course, it's real. Fall-like along here. Over there's the street that runs along this. Of course, off in the distance over there, you see the trees, and the different colors they are. The ducks in the pond. But it's getting real pretty this time of year. See some of the trees. Start to have some good color to them. Before I send this tape, I'd really like to get the inside of the house up on Cedar. Who knows, maybe before then the offer that I made on it for us will be rejected, or something will go wrong, and then I won't need to spend that money on shipping a tape to you, because when I ship it I'll probably send it overnight, or the fast way, whatever that is. But Billy told me that she had until tonight to give her an answer, or for the Reinhardt has the house. They're supposed to give her an answer fairly quick. No, I guess there's really not much sense talking about that, because we'll discuss all that by phone, I'm sure, before you even get this tape. I don't know if I can see the house from here that's for sale on the other side of the lake that I called about. Maybe can. Let me walk up here a little bit more and I'll see, because it's along here someplace. Maybe I can spot it, because it's just on this side of Washington Way. It's a two-story place. They supposedly have refinished all over the inside. Done a lot to fix it up. And I'm thinking that may be it right across through there. Yeah, it's red berries or something all over under my feet. No, that's it. Right there. That's the place. You may be able to see the sign in the yard. It's a red sign, for sale by owner. To me, the outside appearance is not that attractive. But she told me a lot of things about the inside that are nice, but they're wanting around $140,000 for it. They wouldn't be wanting near that if it wasn't a house that's facing the lake. So I abandoned that idea. This is pretty out here. It'd be nice to live along this thing. But from what I've seen of houses in this area, they fairly run down. So I don't think that that's too good of an idea to maintain. And the ones that are in this area that people have really fixed up nice, they're really going for an expensive piece of money. All those along there, high-priced places. Two-story place would be nice, but needs trees around it. Yeah, let me shut this off. Need to go get some. That's the side of Mount St. Helens that blew out. Quite a picture. I'm on a place called Windy Ridge, and it's a little ways to the north face of Mount St. Helens. You're looking straight into the crater. It's cold up here. Wind's been blowing pretty hard in spots up here. But that's the side of Mount St. Helens that blew out. Right in there. That's the place. And as I look around, over there on the horizon, in that direction, I can't even pick it up on here. But Mount Hood is over there somewhere. There's Mount Adams, 12,000 some feet high. And straight over in there is Mount Rainier, 14,400 feet high. And down here is Spirit Lake. It had its elevation and shape changed by all this. It must be 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet below where I am. But look down there, there's still a heck of a log jam in the lake, but that's Spirit Lake. You can see all those logs down in there. As I walk over here, you can see the mud. See, it angles down from the mountain. And a lot of that is mud from the side of the mountain that blew down with just super awesome force, like a huge atomic bomb going off up there. And the devastation is easy to see. It just wiped out the area. But that's the mountain that washed out. That used to be low like Spirit Lake. See, there's the other end of Spirit Lake down there. But that mud was at superheated temperature and washed out. And it washed into Spirit Lake. It's getting kind of steep here. But you can see some of those trees just all blown to the north from the force that blew that out. Longview is over past those hills someplace. That's the best I can tell you for now. Anyway, I thought you'd enjoy coming up here with me by way of videotape and seeing this rather unique sight. I believe there's a little bit of steam coming out of the crater, unless that's clouds that are low. But at any rate, I thought this was an especially interesting viewpoint here. It is quite a view. It's Mount Rainier. It's 40, maybe 50 miles away. It's one big mountain, you can be sure of that. I'm on my way back down from Mount St. Helens and noticed this and thought, wow, that is a pretty picture. But I'm heading down this road here, part of the Gilbert Pinchot National Forest. This is a pretty area through here. As you can see, that is Mount Rainier, and I'm in Mount Rainier National Park, taking myself a nice little day trip on Saturday. I think it's about the 26th or 7th of October, and it's a beautiful day. Down in the valleys, the trees are real pretty. They're changing color. And it's a nice time to do something like this. I've seen some trees that are huge. This would be a beautiful place with a little bit of snow, a dusting of snow on some of these trees. It's just a pretty sight. Tell you what, there is some beautiful scenery in this park. There's Mount Rainier, and the sound you hear is down there. It's a waterfall. Probably snow melting off of Mount Rainier and running down there. But there's some beautiful things off in the scene, off in the distance. Of course, there's a little car. It's the road I'm coming down. And going back the other way. I'll be going down through there. Probably stop down there and take a look. And go on in that direction there, I guess. Snow poles so they know where to plow the roads when the snow gets deep. You know, Reba, you talk about wanting to go to the Swiss Alps. This is about as close to some of that kind of scenery and mountains as you'll find. Notice the snow. This looks like it's been kind of a resort. It's been shut down though. The wind is boarded up. Nothing happening here. There's Mount Rainier. It's 14,000 feet, 14,400 feet high. I don't know how high this parking lot is. It probably doesn't miss 8,000 or 9,000 feet very much. I see there must be a trail up there, but I'm not going to take any walks today. It is one pretty drive.
Nice.
Reba, this is the house on Cedar Lane. It's a double garage. There'll be a good work area over there. Set up some of the tools. Need some insulation overhead, and it's not finished out much over there. Kind of crude, but it could be done. This is a hallway. First room on the left at one time was a wine cellar. Not much here now, but it would make a good storage room. Got pressed board on walls. Turn the light out here and going out. Whoops, didn't get it all out.
I'll get the light. Oh, here.
Well, I got the hall light out. Across the hall is this room. Luan type paneling. Heat along the baseboard. Closet space.
All kinds of small bedrooms, I guess.
Here, yeah, it could almost be a small bedroom. Let me put the automatic focus on this.
Big on his one bedroom.
That door probably goes to a
That goes right out
garage.
to the garage.
I would think. Yeah, that goes back out to the garage. You can see there's intercom down here.
Throughout, yeah.
But this would make a sewing room or a small bedroom or just whatever you wanted. got a fluorescent light fixture and got space for another type. Okay, back out here in the hall. This is a downstairs bathroom. It's commode. Good sized water heater. Lavatory, and it's got a shower. There's a light up there. This is a large downstairs den area. No, I can't see anything out there anyway. Where the drapes are, there's sliding glass doors. So you can get an idea as I back against the drapes, Reba. There's the fireplace over there.
What are we talking there? 30 feet?
That door goes to an outside area that's covered up. It's really part of underneath the living room. The whole left of there goes out to the north, I guess it's north, into the house, and it's a good place to store wood where it won't get wet. Tile floor, you can see that. Over here is a built-in double sink and cabinets across the top. There's an old stove. Somebody probably has used that to can things at some point. Over here, there's a couple of closets. You have hang-up areas or shelves in those, do you know?
I think they got that's a regular closet space. It's like
Yeah, regular closet space. Good for storing things. Yeah, more regular closet space. You can see it's a good place for a long couch to be put in. It's a nice downstairs rec room, family room, daylight basement area.
I think that's actually the wood room. For getting you, that's for storage of the wood.
Yeah, when Billy and I were here, that's what they had out there. It was a good place to keep logs out of the weather.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, yeah. He keeps his dogs. He's got a couple bird dogs. That's why.
Yeah, they had that out there at the time. This is the fireplace. You can see it. Notice they built a lot of these out here. That one you looked at one time. They have open air spaces down low to bring in air and come out at the top like a built-in ventilator.
They call them heatilators.
Heatilator.
And they actually work.
Now they help heat up,
Basement.
heat the place up, or all the heat going up the attic. Yeah. Baseboard heat again over there against that wall. Is that baseboard heat 110 or 220?
220.
220?
So, I think
better.
the basement's all in the ceiling heat upstairs.
Okay.
You know, I think I'll let you do this and then I'll come down and I'll turn the lights off, huh?
Okay. See, we weren't in this room in here, were we?
Yeah, that's a little,
We were?
this is just for-
Yeah, we were.
that's a little office. That's a lot of closets.
By the way, Reba, here's some cupboards behind this door.
Yeah, just call it pantry kind, it's good.
Shallow, but storage space.
Yeah, I think that might be the easy
Notice
way.
the sign up here, Reba?
We get this covered, we did it.
We can leave that there.
I never noticed that sign before.
Yeah.
Only when
Never
the sign
blinks.
is blinking.
The stairway is wide.
No, no. That's good.
Okay, right at the top of the stairs, upstairs where most bedrooms are, is a laundry room. Double sink, built in. Cupboards around the wall. I noticed a lot of the homes I've looked at, this natural birch finish is very popular up here. More cupboards across here. Dirty clothes bin, I noticed a label she's got on it. And behind there, you can see the floor in here. Kind of matches the cabinets fairly well. Ceiling heat is upstairs, Reba. Okay, toward the back left corner of the house is one bedroom. They have a number 1 on the door. You see the ceiling texture. This window looks out over the garage doors. This looks out to the back. There's lots of trees. Closet. You can see the carpet area. Goes to a different color as we come out of the bedroom in the hall. This bedroom is across the hall. And they use this kind of as a storage area. Hope this automatic focus is pulling things in like it should for you. Back out here. Then coming this way, we'll look at that later. There's the stairs again, put it in perspective. There's kitchen area out there, and back there is the laundry room. This hall runs parallel with the house, north and south. To the right, there's the entrance. Coming in to the right off of there is that dining room kitchen area. A closet on each side. And back here to the left is a bathroom. Remember I told you about the lavatory that was in the corner? There it is. Of course there's mirrors up there. There's a light fixture that's there. Shower with blue ceramic tile for the most part. The sliding glass door. Vent and light up there. Tin lavatory. And you can see the tile that's on the floor. Just a closet on the right, coming down the hall this way. It's the master bedroom.
You got his and her closets.
Okay, 2 big closets in here. Window out the back. Big mirror on the door. Flooring in here. Things are green. They have low voltage lighting control like we have in our house throughout. And there is plenty of room for a queen size or king size bed in here, as you can see. Those windows go out to the north. As you come in the bedroom to the right is this little area here. The paint station or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Pardon?
I'll go back, start at the end of the kitchen.
Okay.
And kind of give her an idea.
That'll be fine.
You want to give her a shot at this?
It's probably not enough light up there to show much, but this is what goes into the attic.
Wait a minute here.
But there's an area to store things up there, much like we had. Where they have the stairs to pull down stairs.
They're handy.
I was up there whenever Billy brought me by. Of course, that's the basement stairs we came up. And back in perspective, there's the laundry room. We're headed now into the kitchen area. And this is the kitchen area. Built-in double oven. Inside is the 2-tier turntable shelves. Do you know if these cabinets have pull-out shelves like some I've seen?
Oh, I really don't. This has got, obvious has got Lazy Susan made in it. Oh. No.
Stationary shelves?
Stationary, because I can see where they're
Okay.
hanging right there.
I noticed she must, I can't think of her name now.
Marilyn?
Marilyn has a note on that door, as a pull-out mixer behind that door.
Yeah, she's trying to make this easy as she can. Oh, I see. This is not a tough here.
Yeah, so you keep your mixer in there and pull it out. Put a number of cabinet storage around the kitchen. This light birch must have been very popular 20 years ago when a lot of houses were put in.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah. It's easy to keep clean.
Mm-hmm.
I like them. I have them in my house.
You see the cabinets. Oh, she's got a note here that pipes under the sink are wrapped to check for leaks. But this is the dining room. Goes through the foyer, the battery's getting weak. And here is the living room. Before the thing goes off again. There's the drapes in front. This is what it looks like.
Of course, there's your wood box. I think that's made a
That's a wood box.
outside.
Really?
Yeah. You know, so you can
You can see the ceiling
almost certainly
in here.
get at that from the outside. Well, that's the intent.
Yeah, that's a wood box. Fireplace again. This is the foyer. And this is a dining room area. You can see the kitchen floor, what it's like, a view of it from back here. The tape you just saw was rushed at the end because the battery was getting weak. At the present time, today is November 11th. I'm standing in the kitchen area, kind of between the kitchen and the living room area, and here's a fireplace and breakfast set area. We're sitting in the house where I'm living. I'm going to mail this tape, normal mail. I will not mail it overnight mail. It'll go out on Thursday. The reason for that is if I mailed it overnight and it came in Saturday, because it's 2-day service between here and there, unless they can guarantee me 1-day service. What's the point? You get it Monday anyway. The house is probably worth closer to what he's asking than what we were originally thinking, because of what Billy's learned about values in the neighborhood and what other houses in that neighborhood have sold for. For example, compare it to Canyon View. Canyon View, lady says she's at a rock bottom price. They've reduced the price about $20,000 on that place. It's at $106,000 now. Maybe on about a third to a half acre of land. Does have a fair view, nice view really. And the house is, what did we say that house was? 1,700, 2,400 square feet? I can't remember. Look at your notes if you made some on what West Canyon View had to offer. This place is on approximately 1 acre of land. It's 3,100 square feet. Has significantly much more storage area and storage rooms than the West Canyon View place had. And I've seen a lot more houses since I first saw the West Canyon View place. So it's probably priced pretty close to right at $119. I found something tonight in going through it to take videotapes that is a major flaw. The house in the ceiling has had these fiber squares. You know, you see people put them up, they're glued up. And without taking those down, they have plastered over them. Was that the tape or the truck? Let me see if this is still running. The red light is on. Yes, it's still running. That must have been a big truck or something down there in the valley. But anyway, where there are lines where there have been rows of these tiles and they plastered over them, there are some cracks showing. In the dining room especially. Only one small one that's hard to see in the living room. Excuse me. It's about 9 o'clock here, 11 o'clock your time. This is Wednesday. And there's one of those cracks in the kitchen. The dining room is bad shape. When you really get to looking close, it can be seen. And so where some of those tiles are coming loose like they often do, they're causing cracks in that plaster. So at some point in the future, it may well have to all come down and be replaced. The man you saw on the tape that was showing me through that place is the Reinhardt Realty representative. I pointed out to him that, hey, the place needs some additional insulation in the attic under the floor that is over the garage. There's no insulation in that floor if you keep garage doors open. That cold comes right to the floor into the bedroom above and laundry room above the garage. And kitchen for that matter, really. I pointed out that there has to be some excuse me, landscaping work in back because it's grown up pretty bad. I pointed out there's no double pane windows any place in that house, especially that big series of windows across the front of the living room. They should be storm windows on those anyway. And now the cracked ceilings, plus the fact the market is softening here, that's obvious. And you add to that the fact that there will be a good few more houses come on the market fairly soon because of Weyerhaeuser layoffs. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I apologize for that. But all of this tells me, and ought to tell him, that the man may want to reconsider what he's asking for that house. I'm sure now it's worth more than what I offered. And you could be wondering, why am I showing you this house? Well, in the first place, I think the other day Billy and I talked about it. I may have talked with you about it. That I videotape it as we continue to work and try and get the guy down some. This man said, well, if you think that it's something different, make us an offer. I guess I'm a hardliner, Reba. I made one offer on that place, no matter how ridiculous. I really feel that man ought to counter offer at this point. Now, I'll talk to Billy about this tomorrow. Maybe I should come back with another offer. But the fact remains, all this time, which has been what, 2.5, 3 weeks since I first saw this place? Surely other people have seen it. Nobody else has bought it. If there have been other offers submitted, they have not been accepted. Therefore, something's wrong somewhere. He's asking too much, or some of the same flaws I'm finding other people are finding, or it's not meeting their needs in some way. So I think that this guy ought to do something, but I'll talk with Billy. Once you see this tape, give me a call. Yeah. I am tired. Give me a call late one afternoon or on the weekend and let me know what you think. I think I gave you the telephone number here. There's a telephone over here. Well, it's not, number's not on that. But we'll talk about it. In the meantime, we'll look at anything else that comes open. I hope Billy's getting the message that we need to be looking at some other things similar. This is where I am. Whoa, about to pull my power pack off. That's out the front of the house. The house is an L shape. This is the bottom part of the L. Back through there is a bedroom section upstairs that goes toward the front of the house. A lot of landscaping out there and trees, things. There's a couple of her grandchildren. Some more there. Let me turn around so I don't get tangled up in my wire. Fireplace area. That's right, my breakfast there, or eat over here. You can maybe see some, I don't know if you can. Can't see anything. But if we could see down there, you could barely see last night some lights on at the Kelso High School football stadium. It's straight out that way. And the stadium's here and the field is right out in there. But there's lights way up in there, lights way on down in there. It's a nice view. There's a deck out there. They got several pieces of old furniture in here. There's me tonight. Hello. See, there's a nice big double window over there. You can pick it up or not. They've got nice hardwood floors in here. Another big window. I don't have the battery on this, but I'll take it downstairs and show you what's down there. Let me let this run on up some, shut it off so I don't lose anything. There's stairs coming downstairs here. There's an old easy chair I can sit in. A couple of remotes. There's a couple of TVs. There's a fireplace over there. There's a water bed back in another room, and if I don't want to sleep there, I can come out and sleep here. There's an old piano. She bought some storage things and a clothes rack to put up back there for me to hang clothes because I'm kind of crowded where I am. There's some sliding glass doors. Can't see it out there because it's night, but there's a hot tub out there, which she last night encouraged me to use again. There's a bird. Whoa, get my power pack over here. Her husband is quite the bird hunter. And there's birds stuck up several places here. See, there's some. I mean, that's the real thing. They're stuffed. Why isn't it there? Those are stuffed birds. And down that hall and to the left is the bedroom I'm using. To the right is the bathroom. I've got to be careful, I'm stretching my cord. In that room in there, let me turn a light on, hold on. In there she does some ironing. There's a table, and if I get on around the corner, there's 4 different sewing machines and quite a setup. She apparently does a lot of sewing. Some of those look like pretty fancy machines. I have laundry privileges. There's washer and dryer that I can use. And I'll shut this off now and take it back to the bedroom. That's a water bed. I probably shouldn't take his tape tonight because I've been unpacking a lot of stuff since I just moved in yesterday. That's what I wore over at that house tonight, and I wore it to work. My Weyerhaeuser sweater and those gray corduroy pants I bought. There's an electric wall heater. I get a little draft coming down from that window at night. But that's a touch on-off lamp. There's a radio I can use there. My little blankets and all. Bedding I brought over from the trailer. Boxes of stuff. I don't know what else to do except set it around. Here's a chest of drawers. I've got my clothes all in. It's filled up. I don't need my own silverware and stuff now because I use what's provided here. You can see I'm well stocked. I went to the base when I had that trip up to Tacoma for Weyerhaeuser, and up there, why, bought me plenty of food. So I'm in good shape on that sort of thing. But anyway, take a look at this tape and the house. Let me know what you think. There's some houses in that neighborhood that have sold for as high as $200,000. There's some others that have sold for $140,000 and $150,000. There are some doctors and lawyers live right up a few houses down. Quiet area, cul-de-sac, probably a good view if we clear out some of the brush back there. Not as good as West Canyon view, but pretty nice. Quiet area. Nice front yard. But the work that needs to be done there, we could probably do without a whole lot of trouble. But how much he'll come down remains to be seen. How much we ought to go up is a question. And if it hasn't sold in 3 weeks when it first came on, then how soon will it sell, or how much longer would it need to be on the market? He's trying to do a lot to fix it up. Like I mentioned on the first part of this tape. There was some wood near a dirt area where they put some steps near the garage doors. The siding had gotten rotten near the bottom. I noticed tonight it had already been replaced and painted. I wonder what kind of paint he's putting on there so it'll dry in this kind of damp early winter weather. The air never gets dry like when a cold front moves through in Mississippi. But even when it's not raining, even when the sun is out, the air is never real dry. It's a damp air. And even days when it's supposed to be clear, it almost always starts off early in the morning, foggy or cloudy and then burns off later on if it's going to be clear at all. So this is not a fun position to be in. And I wouldn't wish it on you if the tables were turned to buy a house with me better than 2,000 miles away and not getting to see it firsthand and talk about it, you know, with each other on the spot. Hopefully this guy will come down in price to an acceptable level, which I don't see this man coming less than $112,000, if that. Or there'll be some other houses come on the market that we will like. I find myself thinking with the last probably 7 or 8 houses Billy has shown me, well, really every one she's shown me since this one on Cedar Lane and the one that was on Linwood that you saw and went through, none of them have the inside or outside space that the Linwood house and the Cedar Lane house have. But then again, they're costing more. None of them have the outside space. None of them have the distance between neighbor houses that these two places have. And I wonder if we are being unrealistic in trying to get a house that has good storage, nice big daylight basement family room area, you know, some yard, not too much, not too little, reasonable distance between the house we're looking at and neighbors. You know, I've seen some where you could jump from your neighbor's roof onto the roof of the house I was looking at, and I just don't want that, and I don't think you want that. So are we wanting too much for too little? I don't know. I would like to think that by the time Eddie comes up in March, we have a house up here. The deal is all closed, and I moved in. Our furniture has been set up, and it's in. And you're living comfortable in a furnished apartment. Frankly, if we accept Weyerhaeuser's offer, I may not be in a house I bought, and our furniture may not be in place in the house, but our house will be sold, and you and Eddie and Jose, if he's still with us, will live in a furnished apartment. The middle ground there is that I would still be house hunting or completing a deal on a house. The furniture would be in storage either up here or down there, and you would be in a furnished apartment. Either way, you won't be able to stay in our house more than 60 days after we accept the offer. Talking about things that we're going to have to do, and this, it's concerning me more and more. Matter of fact, I'm on the threshold of crisis mode for some things now. When I was home last time, I could not get our garage door to work by pushing the button on the wall, and I don't know why. I had to raise it with the manual mode, releasing that cord, and then I couldn't get it down enough to lock that door. That concerns me. The fact that the middle room heaters do not work concerns me. Soft water system going on. This place has soft water system, which is nice. I've got to get those middle room heaters working. I've got to get a thermostat attached to the kitchen heater so that it works. If they have said the place has burglar alarm, all at once, I'm very disturbed about that, because that system has never worked right. And if you read that buyout contract, things ought to be working right. Or if they don't, we can fix them, or travelers will fix them, and we pay the expense. That is kind of an open-ended thing, and that scares me. So I am disturbed. I'm upset about that. When I have my hands full trying to deal with those things. We'll talk about that some on the phone, how that'll get done. Of course, we've talked about the dishwasher. I hope I don't have a problem with that well hole filling up with water. If you get much rain, have Eddie put that sump pump in it, pump it out, and then pull the sump pump back out and set the roof in place. Barbara Miles at Weyerhaeuser Relocation Office says I'm authorized to trip home for packing. So I'll kind of keep that in the back of my mind. You remember it, and we'll see what comes of that. In case we accept, say, early in December, and packing would be in February. We'll see how that goes. As far as my living arrangements here, I don't have a deadline. I like to be out at a certain time. It's understood I am looking for a house. They know that Eddie's coming in March. If I'm still here then, he can stay here. We won't have to get a motel like whenever you and I did it. For some reason, you'd come up here. You can stay here. I'm having, I don't want to say difficulty adjusting to this. But, well, maybe I am. This came up so quick and has been so different that it's kind of mind-boggling. Some folks I've talked with agree it's just not the usual kind of thing a person would come across. Because I came out here on a Friday. On that initial visit, they gave me the entry codes and exit codes because there's a combination. You punch in on a numbering system like a calculator to arm the alarm when I leave and to turn it off. The perimeter system when I come in whenever nobody else is here. I moved in last night and I was just getting ready to turn in and I heard some commotion upstairs. So I pulled some my blue pants, wherever they are. They're hanging up. Pulled those over my pajamas and pulled my house slipper things on and walked upstairs to say, well, I'm here. Well, Betty had come in. She'd been at some kind of social gathering. She sells cosmetics. Novir, it's a Japanese cosmetics skincare company. She had just come in. She'd had some gathering for that. And said, oh, before you go to bed, you've got to have some milk and cookies. And she said, have I got some things for you? And, you know, it just baffles me. You know, here I am in a strange place, being treated like someone that's been known for a long time. This woman's husband has taken off for South Dakota for I don't know how long to go bird hunting, duck hunting, geese hunting. And it's just me and her in this house. Now let me assure you, it is on the up and up. Anyone I've talked with that knows her talks about she's a fine Christian woman, but it just doesn't seem normal for people to welcome strangers in their home quite as freely as I got welcomed to this one. But yet they're concerned about people and who gets in here because of the kind of security system that this house has. It's pretty sophisticated. And she told me about how when someone broke in their car out there one time. And she's very leery of people that move furniture into their house and they buy something that look around. She's afraid they're looking to come back and break in and all. But gave me some milk and cookies from that. I had a deviled egg that was left over. She asked me, or she didn't ask me what kind of soap I was using. She said, you know, I've got some soap you've got to try. So she brought out a bar, some kind of soap. I said, do you know what they put in this stuff? What kind of ingredients? And she said, why, are you allergic to some things? And I said, yes. And I told her what I was. And she read the ingredients of some of the products, and none of it has propylene glycol or triethylamine. So she ends up giving me a bar of this fancy soap to wash with. She gave me some fancy shaving cream, aftershave lotion, and some moisturizer stuff you put on after that. Told me down in the shower that I use is a big bottle of Novir herbal shampoo. Be sure and use that, and use the conditioner. And then she gave me some kind of hair stuff you rub in after you get out of the shower and ready to comb your hair and all. She said your head won't itch at all when you use this stuff. So what the heck, I tried it this morning. Well, my skin's been sensitive around here, so maybe there is something in some of that stuff, shaving cream or something. It doesn't have ingredients on it. But I may have told you she's a nurse in a nursing home. And she's on evening shift for the next 5 days. I get up in the morning, be quiet, fix my own breakfast. There's a refrigerator and a garage out there. I keep my cold food in. I think she was frustrated with a woman or girl or college girl, or must have been a young lady that stayed here with them sometime a while back. That gal ended up eating some of their food. It must have been quite a bit the way she talked. Her husband also, when he mentioned it. So I'll eat strictly my food unless I'm offered something that they've got. She said she's hoping that her husband will bring several geese back. She says he gives all that stuff away. And she'll fix a meal for everybody. I guess that's her husband and me. Of a baked goose or some big duck. He says that he'll bring some buffalo meat back and freeze some and give you a buffalo burger or buffalo steak when you come. And it supposedly is very good and very lean, really better for a person than beef. And whenever he was here on Sunday, I think you heard from Eddie, whenever we were just making casual conversation, he and I, that I wanted to learn a lot about the area, from the mountains to fishing for salmon. And he said, hey, if you want to learn something about fishing, go big time. I'll take you to the ocean because I do some landscaping for a fella who has the nicest boat over there. Well, I know there's got to be some big fancy boats along the Pacific Ocean shore to go deep sea fishing. But he was downright insistent and went on and on and on about, you know, what it was like, and that would just make his day to teach me and Eddie, and if Jeff comes up, Jeff too, something about deep sea fishing. I bet he'd love to teach you how to do it. But, you know, these people have welcomed me in the home like I was a brother or cousin or son they haven't seen in years. and it's just uncanny. I mean, you know, last Friday as well as last night, and here I was standing there in blue pants and a pajama top, eating food, and her giving me all this stuff from a cosmetic company, and you know, use this and use that that's in the shower. It's just, you don't expect that kind of treatment from someone you just barely know, you just met, and not hardly even an acquaintance. And here I am staying in this, you know, fairly nice place, really. And total trust. Maybe I've made a good impression down at the church because we got together in this arrangement because the minister's wife works at the Cowlitz County Government Credit Union, or a credit union like that. And this woman apparently has some kind of an account there. And apparently Carolyn Stewart, Brother Stewart's wife, said that Betty Andrew came in recently, wanted to know if she knew anyone who was a good, clean, living person that, you know, might be interested in a temporary place to stay. That they would share their house with them. And Carolyn thought of me at once. That's what Carolyn told me. So, you met her at the Bonanza, I believe. The minister's wife. The one that I asked, I begin to wonder if you people ever got anybody saved over there. Well, that's the one that referred me to Betty Andrew, Carolyn Stewart. And Carolyn gave me the number, and I called, and came over here, I think it was the next day. Here I am. It's just, it all happened so fast. But I have to tell you, last night as I sat down in that easy chair out there and watched the Portland Trail Blazers play basketball, and just looked around, I just couldn't help but just thank the Lord for blessing me in such a way that I've kind of gone from one extreme to the other. Dumpy little trailer, didn't feel like writing a letter to anybody or studying or reading or writing or doing anything. And now I have the other extreme. This is like a castle to me. You know, I really appreciate it. And the peace and quiet, and most of the time when I'm here until Don gets back, I guess, and I don't know when he's coming back. Why, I don't have to worry about disturbing anybody, except when I get up. He says he gets up early. So, hey, respect it, eat all my own food, and try and stay healthy. I felt rotten this afternoon. So I went to I went to Sizzler for a big vegetable meal, and lo and behold, here walks in Barbara Jones and her husband, not Fred, Frank, I think Frank. He and I have gotten to talk quite a bit. He works at Longview Fiber. He's a supervisor over there. He walked up and wanted me to come over and join the two of them. She's the one who heard that Millie Macy had a trailer to rent. And I asked her about Millie. She didn't really know the situation. They just had a card file at the Chamber of Commerce St. Helens facility, visitor center. And that's how she referred me, Barbara referred me to Millie Macy and her trailer. But for lunch I'd had about a 5-day-old croissant, how do they say that? Croissant roll, and a can of potato soup that I bought at the base, a brand like you don't see back in Mississippi, but the ingredients were all okay. It must not have provided something, because I got feeling weak and rotten, like a cold was coming on. Maybe one is, in the draft that comes down off of this wall. I may turn this around and make this bed up at the other end, or start using the bed out in the other room. Well, listen, I know you're bored to death and wish I'd shut up so you can turn on a sitcom or something, because you told me my last tape was boring. The one before that was boring. But I can't stand to send you the tape without putting something else on it beside the house. By the way, Eddie, you and I already have reservations on whitewater rafting next summer. We'll talk about it when you come out. We can pick a 1-day trip, a 2-day trip, or a 3-day trip. How about that? The old man's going to be in shape for it too. Just like for some of the treks up the mountains, I'll try and make sometime. I am finding out my health is not too bad. My knees were checked out the other day. They're in pretty good shape. Anyway, I can't think of anything else right now. Reba, share your ideas with me about trying to get some of the work done at home. Since we have the offer from Travelers, it has a deadline of January 1st. Our signed copies of Travelers' paperwork, the contract, the sales contract, will need to be signed by me and you and back in Travelers' office before January 1st, 1991. That's about 7 weeks away. So we need to be thinking of the kind of timetable we want. When we're going to sign it. Whenever I sign it, I'll probably put it in overnight mail, express, registered, insured, whatever way the post office recommends to get it to you, since that is a critically important document. I'll send it to you in that way. And then once you sign the thing, then recommend, that you send it back to Travelers in the same way. Seems like it did come with an envelope. I don't know if it's postage paid or not. But I'll also share with Barbara Miles how I plan to do this and be sure she approves. I think I'm on her good side right now. She likes the way I've tried to seek advice and handle this deal with Travelers and put up with West and Premier. We're going to have to shift into a slightly higher gear on apartment hunting for you. And I think it's obvious now. You are going to have to find a furnished apartment. And if you can find one you like that will come available, you know, at the right time, which you now need to talk about when the right time is, you might as well go ahead and start looking into what it's going to take to secure it for that time. We have to give the movers a time fairly early on when they can pack. Now they have a tentative date of the last week and a half, last 10 days of the month, of December. You and I need to talk within the next week and a half or so about that and decide if we want to keep that, if you want to pack early in December, or if you want to pack around the 1st of February, first week of February, say, for example. And it needs to be a family decision that you and Eddie especially talk about, because I'm worried that this could be a big distraction for Eddie at a critical time whenever he has things to study for and tests to take. However, Barbara Miles says I can come home for that, for the time that we pack and help oversee what the movers do. But we got to set a time pretty early. And then if we miss that time, there's penalties or can be penalties with the contract for sales. We have to set a timetable and try and live by it. There's some big challenges in front. It's not going to be easy, but one step at a time we'll make it. Talk to the Lord about these things daily. These are key things I'm praying about. I think the fact that I got a house like this is a marvelous answer to prayer. And people that are kind and understanding and be able to fix my own meals up in that kitchen, and, you know, choice of a couple types of beds, you know, TVs, easy chair, table to sit and read and write now. You know, this has worked out nice. And, you know, I don't know if the Lord wants us to have that place on Cedar Lane or not, but I know He wants me to use every bit of knowledge I have to evaluate it and to try to get the price down. For doggone sure, we are not buying a place over what we're getting for ours. And I'd love to find one at least $10,000 less, if possible. That's not saying I won't buy something right at what we're getting. We'd sure have to be a doozy to do so. But it'll be a place that you and I agree on. It is conceivable I would make an offer on a place that you wouldn't even know about. Only because it would be a place I'm sure you would like, and it's a good one, the price is right, and I'd have to put an offer on it, you know, right then and there. However, I'd at least call you on the phone and talk about it as best I could at the time. Cedar Lane was kind of that way. You didn't know much about that when I put an offer on it. Well, let me hush. I got to get this stuff straightened up and get ready for bed. Pretty soon it's 9:45. I need to have a better night's sleep tonight. I think last night I was just apprehensive about being in a new place, and I'm not used to sleeping on a water bed, and I think this thing had the heat a little bit too warm. I don't like that cool draft. I love you, Reba. Love you, Eddie. Jeff, if you're seeing this, I love you. And Jose, I love you, fella, like a son. And you buckle down. You see if you can improve your performance in school. I'd hate to have to fly down there and have a good man-to-man talk with you in place of your daddy. But if I need to, I just might have to. You can do better than what you're doing. So get it in gear, fella. Let's see you turn this school performance around. Hope to see y'all sometime. Bye-bye.